You've been feeling it, haven't you? A gentle tug inside your chest, like a thread stretching between your heart and his. It's not just longing. It's not just memory. It's something else, something divine, awakening. There are moments when his name drifts through your thoughts like a breeze, soft and sudden. You weren't even thinking about him, but there he was. And deep down, you wondered, is he thinking about me too? The angels answer, yes. More than you know. He's not silent because he's indifferent. He's silent because he's overwhelmed. You touched something in him that he didn't know still existed: hope, softness, the ache of real connection. And it frightened him. Not because it was wrong, but because it felt true. The angels say she didn't need to chase him. Her presence alone rearranged his world. You didn't try to impress. You simply showed up with your light. And that was enough. Now in his quiet, he is unraveling. He thought he had time. He thought he could walk away from the pull. But his soul won't let him. Because this connection wasn't built by chance. It was etched in the heavens, long before either of you could speak its name. And the universe? It's getting louder now. It's placing signs everywhere he turns. Reminding him of you. Pushing him toward a truth he can no longer ignore. He will reach out. Not because he has to, but because he must. Because staying silent has become more painful than taking the risk of being real with you. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not delay. Habakkuk 2 verse 3. He was never taught how to sit with his feelings, only how to bury them. How to wear strength like a suit of armor and call silence peace. But silence is not peace. The angels whisper, he was taught to hide. You were born to feel. And now, your presence is calling his soul out of hiding. This man, whose eyes once sparkled with charm, whose voice resonated with confidence, now finds himself quiet in ways even he doesn't understand. Not because the feelings have vanished, but because they've grown too loud inside him. And you? You might have misinterpreted his distance as rejection. But it's not. It's fear. Not of you, but of what you bring out in him. Love without control. Safety without pretense. The ache of being truly seen. And oh, how that both draws him in and pushes him away. He's afraid that if he lets go, he'll lose himself. Because no one ever taught him that surrendering to love isn't a sign of weakness, it's transformation. So he stays behind invisible walls, built long before you arrived. Walls made of old heartbreaks, broken promises, and a belief that true love is a myth. But your light, it's flickering through the cracks. And the angels say, it's only a matter of time. Don't carry his healing. Don't rescue what he hasn't yet chosen. Just remain steady in your softness. Let your light do what only truth can do, reveal what's real, even in the dark. There is no holiness in self-sacrifice that leaves you empty. The angels want you to know, your love was never meant to be poured into silence until you vanish. You were not sent to heal him by losing yourself. Yes, you've felt his pain. Yes, you've stayed longer than reason allowed. But now the healing must begin with you. The angels whisper, protect your fire, beloved. Don't dim for a heart that hasn't learned how to hold your light. Your love is sacred, but it cannot thrive where you are starving. You need more than his potential. You need presence. You need tenderness. You need truth. So rest. Not because you've given up, but because your soul needs space to breathe without tension. Love isn't supposed to feel like a tightrope. It's supposed to feel like home. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be chosen. But remember, before he chooses you, you must choose yourself, again and again, until it's no longer a question. Return to your rituals. Your stillness. The warm cup. The slow mornings. The walks without explanation. The version of you that doesn't wait for someone else to bloom. And watch how the universe begins to echo your healing. Because when a woman tends to her own soul, the world shifts around her. And the man meant for her? He feels it. He feels her coming home to herself, and realizes that's the only home he ever truly wanted. You didn't try to change him. You simply loved him as he was. And that, more than anything, forced him to see who he had become. Your eyes became a mirror. One he didn't know he needed. One he didn't know he feared. The angels say, she didn't demand transformation. She embodied it. And that's what shattered his illusion. When he looks at you, he sees who he could be. The version of himself that feels. That speaks truth. That chooses intimacy over avoidance. But that vision both inspires and terrifies him. Because change asks for surrender. And surrender? That was never part of his plan. He's used to being in control. Used to staying 2 steps ahead. But with you, there are no masks that fit. No strategies that work. You see through the silence. You sense the ache behind the charm. And it unravels him. It's not that he wants to run. It's that he doesn't know how to stay. Not in the presence of a woman who reflects back to him the very wounds he's hidden from. Still, your love is not a weapon. It is a light. And even when he tries to turn away, your energy lingers. Not as pressure, but as an invitation. To become. To feel. To rise. So don't shrink. Don't soften your truth. Your presence is the permission he never gave himself. Let him flinch. Let him stumble. Let him return when he's ready to face his own reflection, and hold it with the same grace you've always offered. There's a quiet shift happening now. Subtle, like the air just before rain. You may not see it, but the angels do. They whisper, he's waking up. Not because you pushed, but because your soul called to his. He's noticing things he never paid attention to. The way your voice still echoes in the silence. The comfort he felt around you that he couldn't name. The ache that rises when you're not near. It's happening slowly, because real awakenings always do. At first, it's a flicker. A memory. A question he can't shake. Then, a dream. A longing. A sudden urge to check your name one more time. He's beginning to understand that it wasn't just attraction. It wasn't timing. It wasn't coincidence. It was recognition. Soul to soul. And that recognition? It lingers. Even in denial. Even in distraction. The angels show him pacing within himself. Wrestling between logic and feeling. But the feeling grows. And in it, he's beginning to see what he almost missed. What he still has a chance to reclaim. He's not the same man you met. Not entirely. And though you may have felt forgotten, you never were. Something inside him is stirring now. A knowing that you were not just another moment. You were the moment. And now, the universe will not let him sleep through what was always meant to awaken him. You felt it, that strange rhythm between you. Close, then distant. Soft, then silent. As if love comes in tides. As if every step forward is followed by a slow retreat. And you ask yourself, why does he come back, only to pull away again? The angels lean close now. They say, because every time he feels too much, he fears losing control. And when he fears, he runs. Not from you, from the mirror you hold. This cycle is not your fault. It's not punishment. It's the echo of a wounded heart that doesn't yet know how to stay where it feels deeply. You triggered something sacred in him. And when that happens to someone who's lived in survival mode for too long, they don't fall into love. They fight it. He didn't disappear because you lacked something. He vanished because he found something, truth. And truth always comes with a price. So he moves in loops. Circling you like the moon, never quite able to break free. Because the gravity between souls like yours, it doesn't fade. You've become the safe harbor his soul remembers. And when the world becomes too loud, too sharp, too uncertain, he searches for you again. But the angels want you to understand this. His return is not your responsibility. You are not a sanctuary to be entered and exited at will. You are a temple. And only those willing to shed their armor may step through your doors. Let the cycle teach him. Let it show him the price of delay. You are not waiting. You are becoming. He never believed love could be gentle. Not really. He thought love had to be earned, performed, chased, or worse, endured. Then he met you. And suddenly, love didn't demand. It healed. The angels whisper, she didn't rescue him. She reminded him he was never broken. You didn't fix him. You didn't try to. You simply held space for the parts he couldn't name. The parts buried under years of silence, shame, and survival. And that was healing. Your love seeped into the cracks he tried to hide. Into the corners he thought no one would ever reach. It asked for nothing, yet gave him everything he never knew he needed. Permission to feel, to soften, to rest. Even now, especially now, he feels it. In the quiet. In the stillness. When the noise fades and he's alone with himself, it's you that rises. Not as memory. As balm. The way you saw him, without judgment, without fear, it undid something in him. Something rigid. Something cold. He doesn't know how to explain it. He may never say it out loud. But inside, he knows. Your love changed him. And no matter what distance he tries to create, he cannot return to who he was before you. Because love, when it's real, doesn't leave. It lingers. It pulses. It restores. And you, beloved, have been that sacred medicine. The quiet miracle that made him believe again. There are threads moving in silence, woven by hands you cannot see. The angels have been orchestrating every pause, every return, every moment of aching stillness. And though it may feel like nothing is shifting, everything is. The angels speak gently now. This is not a delay. This is alignment. He was never meant to arrive before his soul was ready. And you were never meant to wait from a place of emptiness. Every heartbeat apart was preparation. Every longing, a message. Every silence, a recalibration. Because what you are building, what heaven is preparing, is not ordinary love. It is sacred union. This kind of connection cannot be rushed. You may question the timing. You may ache in the waiting. But the divine sees beyond your longing. It sees the becoming. He is being softened. Not by words, not by force, but by divine design. And you? You are being fortified. Sharpened in clarity. Rooted in worth. Your prayers have been heard. Your tears gathered. Your patience acknowledged. The angels want you to know, the distance was not punishment. It was protection. For the sacred must be revealed at the right time. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Trust the path. Even if you can't yet see the destination. He's not cold. He's guarded. And there's a difference. The angels show him standing at the edge of himself, aching to leap, yet frozen by memory. Because love, to him, is both the sweetest hope and the sharpest risk. You, with your gentleness, your light, your unspoken understanding, you break down his defenses without even trying. And that scares him. The angels whisper, she doesn't demand his heart. She simply embraces it. But to share his truth? To express the ache behind his silence? That means confronting the parts of himself he locked away long ago. The boy who wasn't chosen. The man who failed once and still carries the shame. The soul that longs for love but trembles at its weight. He wants to come closer. He wants to confess. But the words shake behind his lips, unsure if they'll be met with acceptance or rejection. So he holds back. And you feel it, the almost there moments, the pauses that say everything and nothing. But don't be fooled by his restraint. His stillness is filled with storms. He's already chosen you in the quietest parts of himself. The sides he's not yet ready to reveal. The angels are tending to him now, gently loosening the knots of fear. And when the time is right, he will risk the most sacred offering of all, vulnerability. Because only then can real love begin. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9. You were never here to chase love. You are here to remember that what's meant for your soul will know how to find you. The angels sit with you now, in the silence where answers used to scream. And they whisper, let go. Not in defeat, but in faith. He may still be unraveling. He may still be gathering the courage to become who you already see inside him. But that's not your burden to bear. You have loved well. You have remained gentle. You have chosen presence in the face of uncertainty. And now, it is time to trust that what is yours will return with truth. Not all love arrives when we want it to. But the true ones? They never truly leave. There's power in letting go. Not as an ending, but as a beginning. A surrender that says, I trust divine timing more than my own plans. You are not losing him. You are giving him the freedom to choose you with clarity. And if he does, when he does, it will not be out of fear, but out of respect. And if he doesn't, then the space you've created will be filled by a love that can meet you where you are. Because the love meant for you will not require you to shrink. It will feel like breath. Like coming home. Like being grounded. You were never too much. You were just never meant to settle for anything less than sacred. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Psalm 23 verse 1.